Hello, my name is Luke, and I work for Accufy. I am the lead designer and engineer for Tess, which is our tax equity partnership model spreadsheet. Tess is fast and accurate and easy to use, and we're really excited about it, so I'm making videos to show Tess to the world. This video will be about Tess's top 10 unique features that sets it apart from other partnership spreadsheet models. The first feature is the solver. So you can solve the model by running this run button that you can find on all of the test tabs everywhere within the partnership model. So all you have to do is click this one button and all the partnership calculations will be run, and you'll see how fast it is when I click it right here. Okay, and it's done. So you can see Tess has a unique algorithm that's specifically designed for solving the partnership calculations, and it means it can run really quickly and let you run scenarios as fast as you want to run them. Number two, universal project model support. So Tess works with any project model. Whatever your project model looks like, you can import it into Tess and use Tess to run partnership scenarios for it. And we'll see more of the features that do that coming up. Number three, the import tool. So when it comes time to import the tabs for your project model, you can go to this tab. All you have to do is click this button, and the tabs from your project model will show up here. You can just check the one that you know that you want, and Tess will go through, read all the references between all the tabs, and make sure that all the tabs that are needed are imported together. This means there won't be any references left over pointing back to the project model workbook. They'll all come in together, all the formulas will work together, and you'll be ready to go with integrating your project model into Tess. Number four, scalable sections. So speaking of integrating your project model, Tess has the ability to handle any number of rows for its inputs. So for example, on this project to partnership tab, I have filled out 4 rows with formulas that point to my project model that I imported. And because my project model has 4 rows worth of operating cash, this made sense for me to have 4 rows here. If it had 7, I could have 7 rows. If I had 2 projects and each of them had 7 each, I could have 14. I can have as many or as few as I need to work with my project model. And instead of burying the fact that there's all these different rows of cash that are going into the model, it's very clear. You can see all of them here, so you can know what cash is going into the partnership model. And this feature works not just for operating cash, but for many places throughout the Tess inputs so that you can scale to exactly how many of each kind of input that you need. Number 5, projects. So Tess supports multiple projects. You can see here, each of these is assigned to project 1 because I've only imported one project model. But if we go to the partnership settings tab, you can see that we have the ability, right now we have 2 projects, we could add more if we need them. And what you can do is assign the different rows that are imported to different projects and then easily take them in and out of the partnership. So if you have a project you're not sure if it's going to be in this partnership or you want to turn it on or off, it's really easy to do that once you've set this all up. Number 6, central inputs. So a great feature of Tess is that all of Tess's inputs exist in one and only one place. So for example, if I were to change the contributions that are going into Tess, I would only change them here. I could add rows, I could change the values, do whatever it is, and I can be confident that the changes I've made here are going to propagate throughout the entire partnership model. And that's true of all of Tess's inputs. They only exist in one place. You can go find that place and change them and be sure that those are the inputs that are being used in Tess. Number 7, cash split schedules, not just cash, but also taxable income splits. So split schedules are Tess's way of making it easy to define sets of splits and then assign them to both cash, taxable income, other things that are going into the partnership. So for example, I have these 4 possible schedules for cash splits. And if I go to my project to partnership tab, I can see that I've assigned them to these input rows. So these 3 are using schedule 1. This one is using schedule 2. I'm not using 3 and 4 because I don't need them. So this makes it really both easy and obvious how different rows of values that are going into the partnership model are being split. So unlike a technique where you could say write a formula that adds up all the values that are being split in one way. This makes it really clear which ones are being used, and it makes it really simple to edit them because you can just go in and change the split that's assigned to each row here. Number 8, contribution dates. So in the contribution section of Tess, you can see I have my dates here. You can put any dates that you want for contributions. They can be before the partnership starts, on the partnership start date, after the partnership starts. They don't have to be at the end of the month. They can be any day. And then those days and those exact dates will be used in calculating the return for each partner's contributions. So what this means is that Tess makes it really easy to handle the fact that contributions happen on funny dates, and they might happen before the partnership starts. You might want to include them in your economics before the partnership starts. Tess has some pretty sophisticated formulas for dealing with that, and it makes it really easy to put in the contributions that you want. Number 9, custom solve. So Tess has built in solvers for the flip date and the investor equity amount, but then there's also a custom solver that works a lot like Excel's goal seek. So what you do is you specify a cell that you want to get to a target value, and then you specify another cell that you want to change to try and get that cell to its target. So this is the same as goal seek, but instead of calculating the workbook in between guesses and checks, it runs the whole Tess partnership model. And actually, you can even have it run a solve for flip data or solve for equity in between, which is pretty cool. So this makes it very powerful and flexible to get Tess to really solve for the thing that you want to solve for. An example I can think of is if, let's say, you want to find a PPA price for your project model that gets a certain return to a certain target. Tess makes it really easy and simple to do that kind of calculation. Okay, number 10, this is our last feature. These are the checks. So Tess features these many integrity checks to make sure that the model is in a valid state, everything's working. You don't have to wonder if you, say, accidentally included more cash than taxable income in the inputs. Tess will warn you about these things and let you know that there's something that needs to be addressed. And there's this cell on each tab that will indicate to you, oh, some check is failing, you need to go look to make sure that the model is in a valid state. Okay, so that has been Tess's top 10 unique features. I hope you found this video useful. I appreciate your time, and thank you.